EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martin here with your outlook for June 6th, 2025. The Friday video forecast is proudly sponsored by McCall Collective Brewing. McCall is a family-owned and operated brewery with 2 locations in the Lehigh Valley. Their original Southside Allentown location is at 102 East Susquehanna Street, and their second location, McCall Collective Tap House in Trexlertown, is located at 7743 Hamilton Boulevard. Both locations are open 7 days a week and have a full food menu, plenty of beer to choose from for both dine-in or takeout, along with local wine and cocktails. Aside from their weekly new beer releases like Little Lehigh, which was released within this past week, weekday specials are still ongoing where you can get great beer and food at both locations for lunch, happy hour, or the evening smash burger special, as you can see on your screen. In addition, they have a June food specials menu to check out, which is different and exclusive to each of their locations. They're McCall Collective Brewing, proud sponsors of the Friday video forecast. So today, still have this frontal boundary that is, it's moving a little bit closer. It's still here. It's up here in northwestern Pennsylvania today. It's a little bit further southeast than it was yesterday, and therefore, and crawling. It's not moving in a hurry. It won't come through until Saturday afternoon, but this is going to be sitting up here today a little bit further southeast than it was yesterday, and that means the precipitation with it, thunderstorm activity, will be a little bit further southeast as well, but it's still going to be running into a ridge here, and so it's only going to get so far southeast. So places like Philadelphia, I-95 corridor, point southeast, you're probably not going to see anything at all today, and it should remain high and dry there. Once you get up to like the I-78 corridor and then in and around the I-78 corridor and points north, you'll see the opportunity for at least isolated thunderstorm activity. Yesterday, that was up more up closer to I-80 and actually north of I-80, so it did come down a little bit. Here's the NAM high-res future simulated radar. I'm going to start this off here at noon. Now, I will tell you that there is the opportunity for some of these storms to get a little bit on the stronger side, but I don't think it's going to be necessarily severe by definition. They might issue severe thunderstorm warnings. Issuing a warning does not necessarily mean the storm is in fact severe. That verification comes after the fact, okay? So they will issue severe thunderstorm warnings for storms that are approaching severe. What I mean by that is, you might have some wind gusts in a storm that are in the 40s, approaching 50 miles per hour. Not quite the definition of severe, even though you might think it is a severe storm, or it feels like a nasty storm. 58 miles per hour is the threshold for severe by definition. I don't think we're getting that high, but I could see some individual rogue gusts getting in the 40s, between 40 and 50 in the most robust cells, but most of those storms are not going to be that intense, okay? So that said, here is that Storm Prediction Center outlook, and they do have I have no problem with this. This is a marginal risk for those areas nearest and along that frontal boundary that's going to be off to the northwest. So ahead of that, you're going to have the opportunity with the higher dew points in place today, because it's going to be quite humid yet today, and it's not going to be quite as warm as it was yesterday. You see above me, 79 to 87. 87 would be down by Philly, point southeast. 79 would be far northwestern areas up here by like Williamsport. Okay, so further southeast you go, it gets a little warmer, and you will see some sun today as that will help destabilize things a little bit. So, but I just don't think it's going to be enough forcing to really get this going. You have to get up into New England, get the best forcing out of this, and that's why I think it'll be a little bit less in terms of intensity today. But we do go through the afternoon, and you see some storms popping up, and you see where the activity is. Again, it's up here close. Here's the I-78 corridor, kind of runs right like that. So around I-78 and then points northwest, you can see the opportunity for those scattered storms. But you get down here like Philly, South Jersey. North New Jersey, by the way, is included in that too. South Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, really not seeing too much activity throughout the day today. It looks like it's just going to be those areas that I spoke of. And then overnight, same idea here, which is those central and northern areas where you can see a shower rotating through, okay? So that's where your storm activity is. And any one of these individual storms, it might not be where it's indicated here, but there's the opportunity for one of them to get a little bit more robust just because of the dew points being so high today, but probably sub-severe by definition. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Once we get into Saturday, this frontal boundary is going to move through. The European model is really not thrilled with much of anything here on Saturday. And the NAM has backed down a little bit too. As you can see, is moving to Saturday. Here's the overnight here, and then we get into Saturday morning. There is some activity here in the morning. It might linger into early afternoon until that front finally pulls through, but it's a lot more is a lot less than it looked like it was going to be a couple days ago. Okay, so Saturday, if you have plans on Saturday, I wouldn't cancel them. Just keep a, have a good radar app, Radar Scope, Radar Omega. Those are some good trusted ones for a mobile app. Just, if you have an outdoor party or outdoor gathering, just make sure you keep an eye to the radar. That's all you really got to do. Some of these will hit some areas, and other areas will get nothing at all. You might have a better chance in the morning, but once that front moves through mid-afternoon and clears off to the south and east, we should be okay. We might have some partial clearing after that point for some areas, especially in the interior here on Saturday. It does not look like it's going to be as bad as originally thought here for Saturday. European model is kind of going that direction too, just showing an isolated threat here more so than anything. It's going to be mainly in the morning, but then you'll have some activity into mid-afternoon until that front fully clears. But it will be more isolated at that point. Then we get to Sunday. Now this is a change from the previous video. This area of low pressure was expected to remain off to the south when I did the video yesterday, and it was pretty much unanimous on all guidance. But now it's starting to come up a little bit further north and bringing, it says low pressure instead of staying across the Virginia, it was down here by Virginia Beach before. Now it's a little bit further north. So it's bringing this threat of showers later in the day here on Sunday, but most of the days dry up until that point. And you can see that here on the NAM, it does the same thing. There's 11 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. There's early afternoon, about 2 o'clock. There's 5 o'clock. So it's kind of toward the end of the day, late afternoon onward. You have the opportunity for a few showers with this as it rotates through, and that goes into the evening, maybe in a little bit into the overnight too, and then that clears out by the time we get to Monday. Monday should just be a partly to mostly cloudy skies day in between systems, as you can see here. Maybe a stray shower in a few spots, but most areas are going to be dry here on Monday. This next frontal boundary, this is another. This is actually a warm front moving through the region, not a cold front, a warm front moving through Monday night into Tuesday. Could be some scattered showers and thunderstorms with that as it moves through as well. Most notably on Tuesday afternoon, we'll get that scattered activity, it looks like. And then in the wake of this, once we get past this and get to Wednesday, another system off to our north should remain there. So we're mostly sunny here on both Wednesday and Thursday of next week, with temperatures increasing, because now we're on the opposite side of a warm front. So as far as temperatures are concerned, you can see still warm today for the areas, especially southeastern areas that are ahead of that frontal boundary. Tomorrow, it's going to be notably cooler. 75 to 80 is the temperature spread across the region. And it's going to remain in that same 75 to 80 range, I think, for a couple days. So it's not only just tomorrow as in Saturday, but, it's going to be like that Sunday, Monday, and even Tuesday. Once we get beyond that warm front and we get into Wednesday and Thursday of next week, temperatures are going to get well into the 80s again. And as we head to the late week and early part of next weekend, at least it should be making a run into the upper 80s again. So we're going to have another surge coming in here as we get to the late week, next week into next weekend time frame. I'm going to talk about the extended range temperatures today in the long range outlook that I do every single Friday. That was not updated last week because I was in Aruba. It will be updated today, and I continue to expect that to be updated every single week like it normally is. Don't have a big out-of-country vacation scheduled, unfortunately. It's too expensive. So I have that updated today before noon, so check that out for the outlook for the month or so ahead beyond this next week or two. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchich. That is your outlook for June 6th, 2025. Have a great Friday.